Hi there. Today we're going to take a quick look at the FrontDoor Plus POS app, how it works, how you pair up the tap device to it, and a couple features. And we'll go through an order real quick to show how it works. Very simple to use, very straightforward, and I think you're going to enjoy using it. Okay, let's jump right in. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is start up the POS app. Very similar to our scanner app. I'm going to tap the POS app here on my iPhone. It's going to ask for a PIN. It's the same PIN we use for our scanner app. So you'll find this in the dashboard on the website in the portal. In this case, my test one is 9165. So I'm going to log in with 9165, hit login. My events are listed. It's the demo fair we're doing. So I'm going to tap demo fair. And now we're in the app. So the first thing we need to do is pair up with this device here. This is called a WisePad 3. It connects over Bluetooth, and it's used for tapping debit and credit cards to take payment. The first thing you're going to notice when it's not paired to something is on the screen here, you're going to see a little Bluetooth icon blinking. That means it's in pairing mode. And anytime that it's not connected to a device over Bluetooth, it will be in pairing mode like this, just waiting to be connected to something. Now down in the app, you're going to see a very simple menu at the bottom. It just says menu, order, and custom. You're going to see a little exclamation mark over menu. That means you're not paired to a device yet for taking debit and credit. So I'm going to hit the menu button. And on the left-hand side, the slide-out menu, there's only three options. There's card readers, my transactions, and settings. So we're going to hit card readers. You can see the little exclamation mark is there. So it's basically saying you're not connected to any device. Hit card readers, and we're going to set up a reader. In this case, there's only WisePad 3s that we support now for tapping debit and credit. So I'm going to hit the WisePad 3, and it's going to search for the device. It ends up finding it, and it shows the serial number. So if you hit the power button on this device here and light up the screen, there's going to be an ugly serial number listed there. You really just need to look at the last 4 or 5 digits and see if they match what's on the screen in case there's multiple of these in the same room that you're trying to do some connections with. So back in the app, I'm going to hit the WisePad 3 that came up because it's this one. It does a little beep, and now these two devices are connected. The exclamation mark goes away. We're good to start doing some transactions at the gates. The next thing I'm going to jump into is a couple settings that you can set to make your life easier on reporting. So we'll see that in a second. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do before we actually do an order is I'm just going to show you a couple quick settings that you can set that'll make it easier to do reporting and also make life a little easier at the gates, especially if you're doing entertainment and gates and selling different types of tickets on site at the same time. So we're just going to hit menu in the bottom left and go to settings. And there's 4 options here. The top one, event info, that is the same as our scanner app. If you wanted to see how things are going live, you would hit event info, and it shows the number of tickets sold and the number of tickets checked in. So it's just a nice way at a high level to look at what's going on with your event at any one moment. The 2 I want to show you though that are specific to POS scanning, POS app, the app is POS name and tickets allowed. So the POS name, you don't have to set one, but if you do, the reports on the back end will be tagged with whatever you put in here. Excuse me. In this case, let's say it's gate 1. So I'm going to put in gate 1, hit save. Now, anytime that these there's activity happening on this device taking cash or debit or credit payments, the reports are going to show gate 1 in tagged as gate 1 in the reports. And then tickets allowed. If I hit tickets allowed, what this is for now, in this case, I only have adult, youth, and child admission. But imagine if there was like an entertainment ticket also on here that was like inside the fair or the X or the rodeo, and you didn't want to be selling those at the main gate, you would actually take those off. So let's pretend that the child is one of those. I would just hit the check mark beside it, hit save, and now as I'm working on this device here, I can't actually sell the child admission by mistake. In this case, it would be off the list of things that I could take payments for. So that's very handy if you have like the main gates are selling certain things, and then there's entertainment inside that people may or may not be buying for, and you just want to make sure that people aren't selling the wrong items at the different areas. So I'm going to put the child admission back on, hit save. And that's the 2 main things we want to look at for settings. And the other button here, or the other two buttons that are important, one is the logout button, which we moved to the top right so you can't hit it by mistake and log out. And then change event is for people who are running multiple events across a calendar, like through the summer. They can flip to the next event or go back to another event. And that's pretty much it. The next thing we're going to jump into is actually do a couple orders, one with debit and credit and one sample, one with cash. So we'll jump into that in a second. Okay, so now that we have our device paired, we looked at some of the little settings we can set that are optional for reporting. We're going to jump in and do a couple quick orders. So the first thing we're going to do is down at the bottom, the menu, there's the order button in the middle. That's to create an order. So I'm going to hit order. And in this case, I have an adult, youth, and a child ticket that have been exposed to selling in person. So I'm actually going to say that there's an adult coming, one youth, and a child. So it's the button lights up at the bottom, review the 3 items. So I hit review. I look real quick as the cashier at the gates to make sure I put in the right things. I hit subtotal at the bottom. And then the next thing it asks is, how is the person paying? So we're going to do a debit and credit example here now. In this case, the person owes $25. So we hit the debit and credit. And then it comes up on the device here, waiting for payment. So the screen shows the person what they should be doing. I've got a sample, or a demo credit card here. So I'm actually going to tap the tap the device with the card. So it takes payment, it goes out, makes sure that there's money on the credit card. And then back in the app, the screen actually says that it went good, payment successful. There's 3 optional things we can do here after a successful payment. We can add a postal code if you want to track postal codes for grants and stuff like that. Again, it's optional. Add a note if you need to add a quick note to this order, and email a receipt. If they want a receipt, you can email it to them. Again, these are 3 optional things because these take time and they'll slow the line down, but it is important to have these options if we need them. Hit finish. That is it. It puts you back on the order screen, and then you take the next order from the person. So very streamlined, very easy for your volunteers to use. The next thing we're going to do is just do a quick cash example because we can track cash in the very similar manner. So I'm going to hit order again. Well, I'm already on the order screen. So we're going to do the same order. We're going to have one adult, one youth, one child come in. We're going to hit review items, $25. This time I'm going to pay cash instead of debit or credit. So I hit the cash button. Nice big buttons, easy to hit and see and read. The system tries to figure out most likely what the person's going to give for cash. So there's 3 options at the bottom, or there's the other amount in case they gave a different bill amount. So I'm going to say that the person gave me $30. So the screen comes up and says, okay, you actually owe them $5 back. You're bringing in 30. Once that transaction happens between the 2 humans, we hit confirm. Payment successful. In this case, you can still take a postal code if you want, and a note. We don't send out email receipts for cash, but you could do these 2 optional things. Hit finish. The process is done. The only other thing to really see in the workflow for taking payments is you'll see there's a button in the bottom right, which is custom. Not used very often, but this is kind of a way in case the prices are wrong or the tickets aren't there, and you need some time to go set them up. You can always take a custom order. So if I hit custom, you can see that it doesn't ask about what tickets you want. It's like an old school cash register. It's like, how much money does someone owe me? Oh, just get Jay to give us $20, right? So I just type in $20. I hit subtotal, and then the experience is the same. So custom is just a way to take a certain amount of money, any amount of money actually that you want, in the event that there's something set up wrong with your actual order, the main place where most of the transactions are going to happen. Just so you're not holding the line up while you're fixing those problems, you can still be taking money and moving through while you fix things up. That's pretty much everything that's involved. So there's a tap device, there's a phone, they get connected over Bluetooth, and then you start taking transactions between the 2 of them, and then the reports in the system will show everything based on what's happening with the devices. That is Tap at the Gates. Cheers.